Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rangers Recipe. I'm Philip, and today is Saturday, and that means it is time for a Lost Lantern Saturday video. I'm going to stop rushing now. I don't actually have a time crunch. Today, we're looking at Kings County Distillery 2024 Single Cask P8. It is fantastic whiskey, and I'll get deeper into it in just a moment. Two things real quick. The first one being, I'm sorry about yesterday's video. Time got away from me. Couldn't get one done in time. It just means that won't happen. We'll wait until Wednesday. It's no big deal. Number two, if you'd like to support this channel in a more concrete way than liking, commenting, and subscribing, which I appreciate, which does a lot for this channel and promoting it in the algorithm. But if you'd like to, support me more concretely and get something in return, I'm selling these rollerball and these ballpoint twist pens. They're turned from French oak barrel staves. The French oak barrel held cognac for 45 years before being used to finish a peated American single malt whiskey in the Pacific Northwest. If you know, you know. And now, back to this. Aged 5 years in a 15-gallon barrel. Bottled at 61.8% alcohol by volume by the fine folks at Lost Lantern. Mash bill of 80% rye, 20% malted barley, and the rye grain comes from the state of New York. This, and one of 54 total bottles from the outrun of this barrel, which is not a whole lot. This is a dram that makes you think about it. And I've been thinking about it for a while because this is my third time recording this video. I just keep goofing. That's all right. Eventually I'll get good at this. On the nose, there's rich, dark cocoa, a little bit of caramel, just a hint of mintiness, and that nice, rich core of rye flavor that's, that star anise licorice, a little bit of fennel, a little bit of, honestly, cloves and cinnamon. Um, Something a little bit like caraway seed. Beautiful stuff on the nose. And visually, when you look at that compared to my pasty forehead, that is beautiful. Nice, rich, ruby color. Anyway, not too spiky on the nose. For 61.8%, you expect a little bit more aggression on the nose than this, especially for a rye. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely wonderful. On the palate, just a little oily. Some nice, it's got some nice bright top notes, provided by a little bit of caramel, a little bit of mintiness. And then it's got that core of that rich dark chocolate and aniseed and so dark chocolate licoricey, a little bit of grape skin and and um dried grass herbaceousness, but more less of a thin and more of a dark earthy sort of note. A little bit of fennel, which I suppose those notes are similar if not the same. It isn't too drying or astringent in the mouth. There isn't as much mentally flavor as there is on the nose, but there's just a sliver of it in the top notes. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Fantastic. The finish is lingering. It starts off nice, full with that nice herbaceous, spicy core, and then slowly tapers as the cocoa and caramel notes sort of take over. That oiliness helps that finish cling and linger, and I think it really benefits from that, and I really like this whiskey. It was not enjoyed by my D&D group, as you may have noticed by the small volume missing out of the bottle, but that's okay because this is really a rye lover's rye. It is bold, it's a little bit spicy, a little bit well, very herbal and very spicy, and that cocoa and caramel really accentuate those notes and really provide a nice, well-rounded, hearty rye whiskey that I really enjoy. Now, because of how limited this was outrun-wise and the limited availability at the time, my 3 final questions are going to be a little bit weird, or the answers to them are going to be a little bit weird. As always, do I like it? Oh, yeah. This is a fantastic rye whiskey. And this every time I take a tiny little nip off of this bottle, which I don't take a whole lot at a time, I'm really bad about that. I like pouring little drinks and savoring them for a long time. Um, it makes me consider buying some, like, OB Kings County Distillery bottles. I just haven't gotten around to it. Um, but it's on the radar, and, I had no real interest in trying them before trying this, so there is that. Second question is, as always, do I think it's a good value? And you can't get this anymore, so the question is moot. But I'd say I got my money's worth out of it, and I do every time I pour a little bit. The third question is, do I recommend it? Well, I certainly recommend Lost Lantern, and I recommend rye whiskeys in general. And I've got to say, this leads me to believe that Kings County must know what they're doing when it comes to rye. So yeah, give their rye a try if you see it. And that sort of wraps that up. This is a short one today, thankfully. Now, usually I spin the little wheel, but it's been giving me trouble lately. So instead of doing that, next weekend is going to be the February Discovery Club bottle, Days the File Triticale Whiskey, which you'll have to learn about next weekend. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And again, Wednesday, you guys are going to see my review of the Bunnahabhain Slasha. And there's a good chance that I will be out of town for a good chunk of next week. So the videos that you're going to be getting are all going to be recorded today, tomorrow, and that's going to carry through next week. And hopefully I'll get it all taken care of well before I need to go. But in case I miss a day, I apologize. Things are a little bit hectic. It's just that time of year. You know how it is. And until next time, thank you guys for tuning in. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Until next time, stay happy, stay geeks. Snatcha.